52% of lost phones disappear on a night out. So if you don't want that to be you, then keep watching. Moving to London for the first time is honestly one of the most exciting things you'll ever do, but no one really tells you what clubbing is actually like. And I had so many questions like what clubs are worth going to, how much does it cost, is it safe, what do people wear, and how do you even get home afterwards? So here's everything you need to know. The first thing I didn't really realize was that London clubs aren't all the same. Some clubs have techno nights, some have house nights, some play white girl music, R&B, and it really just depends what you prefer. So if someone else tells you that a club is rubbish, then don't write it off, because they might just have a different music taste to you, and you don't have to keep going where your flatmates love going. Every club has a different vibe, and every uni has different clubs that it mainly goes to. So that's one thing I really wouldn't recommend if you've seen those freshers wristbands. Don't get those, because you don't actually know where people like to go, and you don't want to show up to a club where no one's there that you've already paid for. Freshers Week is honestly the busiest and funnest week for student nightlife. You'll probably be added to loads of WhatsApp group chats and have promoters in your DMs promoting their events, and it can get really overwhelming, but my advice would be that you don't have to go to every single one of these events. Firstly, that would cost a whole fortune, and secondly, you're going to be really tired. You're not going to enjoy going out every single day, especially after you've just moved in and you're still unpacking. And people don't really realize you don't stop making friends after the first week of uni. A lot of people put so much pressure on that 1 week, but there'll be society socials, course nights, birthdays, and random nights out all year. So really don't worry. In fact, I'd say you're less likely to meet your best friends in week 1. So I would really recommend a maximum 4 or 5. Don't push yourself too much, because you're just gonna burn out your social battery, and we really don't want that. If you know you're going out, then buy your ticket immediately. If it's a week in advance and you know you're definitely going, then buy it, because it's going to be so much cheaper, and it also might sell out, and then you have to try and buy from someone else, and that's just a faff, honestly. Sometimes there'll be £5 online and then £15 at the door, and that can be horrible. Don't expect someone to buy your ticket in the line. I'd also screenshot your ticket before you get in the line, because having to load an email in the line when it's not loading is really annoying for other people around you and just kind of stressful. So trust me, it'll save you stress. I used to overthink this so much, but honestly, everyone just wears a cute top and jeans, or a cute top and a skirt. It's really mostly the same thing. But just wear what you're comfortable in. I remember in my first week, I think I wore heels the first 2 nights, and then never again, except for when you have to, because you want to be comfortable. When you're dancing for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, you're really gonna regret your clothing choice, and no one really notices what you're wearing anyway. They're all drunk, so just wear something comfortable, or you're not gonna enjoy yourself as much, but also look it. And definitely wear a jacket, or bring a jacket, because it's going to be so cold. Even if it feels warm when you leave, standing outside for an Uber at 2 a.m. suddenly feels freezing. And you can just put your jacket in the cloakroom, or if you don't want to pay for that, then you can just make a guy friend hold it. It will make your night so much better. Also, always check the dress code, because some clubs want you to wear heels, and lots of clubs don't allow tracksuits or more casual clothes. So make sure you check before you go, because you might not be let in. Let's talk about money, because London isn't exactly cheap. Most tickets cost around £5 to £25, and the lower end is if you're going to a student night mostly. So I recommend those if you're on a budget. And when you're in the club, shots can usually cost around £7 just for one, which is insanely ridiculous and daylight robbery. So I really recommend preing with loads of drinks beforehand, but don't get too drunk, because then you might not get let in. Buying a drink and chugging it beforehand, because if you're in the queue and you're too drunk, they won't let you in. But also, if you're in the club and you're not drunk, then you're gonna want to buy more drinks, and your bank account will be crying. And then you're probably gonna get food afterwards, because everyone always wants food after clubbing. Then you've got getting home with an Uber, or if you are on a budget, the night bus, night tube maybe. Before you know it, you've spent about £50–60 without trying. So I really recommend having a budget before you go out, because your bank account will thank you. This is probably the most important section. I remember on one night out last year, I left my whole bag on the tube with my phone in it, my ID in it, my student ID, my Oyster card, and my AirPods, and it honestly was the worst part of my life. Luckily, I had friends around who just sent me home in an Uber, because I didn't have any money or anything. So I'm so grateful for them, and that is why you cannot leave your friends at any point of the night, really, because what if something like that happens, and what are you going to do if you don't have anyone else around you? Always know how you're getting home before you leave, Always share your location with a friend. Never leave your drink attended, because I have seen people get drugged. Well, like, not seen them, but watch the aftermath. If you ever feel uncomfortable, then tell your friends and try to be aware of your surroundings. If you see anyone weird going off to your friends, then you can put a stop to that before it actually happens. Charge your phone before, and always have a portable charger, because if your phone dies, that makes getting home so much more stressful. If you're new to London, the tube doesn't usually run all night. Sometimes you can get the night tube on Friday or Saturday, but lots of tubes don't actually do that, so make sure you check where you're going. And if you're on a budget, then night tubes are actually a lifesaver, but they take so long. I remember one time it took like 2 hours for us to get home, and I was like, I wish I got an Uber. If you're getting Uber or Bolt, then always check the registration plate before you get in. And I know some people say Bolt is less safe. I've never had any issues with it myself. Of course, if you're alone, then maybe I wouldn't recommend using it. I recommend Uber because that's known to be very trustworthy. But still, make sure you're aware of your surroundings again. If you're traveling alone, then always let someone know that you're on your way home. It literally takes 10 seconds and it can save your life. Here are a few random things I wish someone had told me. Never ever forget your ID. Always check it before you go out, because that's actually the worst. Imagine traveling like an hour to get to a club and you're in the mood, you're all drunk with your friends, and then you can't get in, and then you have to go home, maybe by yourself, because you don't want to ruin the night for all your friends. Don't be that person. Even at pubs in London, like tons of spoons, like they just won't let you in if you don't have ID. You literally need it everywhere you go. Just keep it in your phone. But also I recommend checking for your Oyster card too if you have a travel card, because those costs can really add up, and if you're already paying for it, then you should be using it. Number 2, don't compare your freshers experience to TikTok, because I know everyone looks like they're having the time of their lives on social media, but in reality, a lot of people are nervous, homesick, tired, awkward, and all of that is completely normal and it will pass. So it usually takes a few weeks until everyone's settled in, so don't worry if you're not feeling the best. 3 is don't rely on your friends for everything. You should know your own route home as well, unless you like get separated from them for some reason. And also wear shoes that you're comfortable in. And please, please, please don't fall for those fake wristbands where they sell you like a bunch of nights out, because they're scams. No one actually like uses them, and you don't know where everyone's going to be going that night. You don't want to go to one club when everyone else is going to another one and then feel FOMO. One thing that confused me before I came to London was promoters. Basically, they get paid to try and increase numbers in the clubs, so they'll come to you probably on WhatsApp group chats or outside universities or on social media, and they'll offer you stuff like cheaper drinks or free drinks, skip the queue, get in for free, stuff like that. And that can be actually true, but if something sounds too good to be true, then it might just be. So make sure you're buying from a legitimate promoter. You've probably seen lots of TikToks where girls get in for free, and sometimes that's true, but just don't expect it. A lot of the times clubs want more girls, but keep in mind that if you're getting that in for free, there's probably a messed up girl to guy ratio and you might not really enjoy it that much. Also, there might just be some really weird old men, which is not nice. If you're spending an Uber with friends, then that can be really affordable. Say if the price is like £24 and there's 4 of you, then that's like £6 each, which isn't too bad. So if you're planning on doing this, I would try and gather friends at the start of the night. Don't just try and go home with anyone at the end. And if you planned on leaving them, then don't just like walk off without them at the end and go with other people, because that's rude and they might be worried about you. Also, if you've bought the Uber, don't be afraid to ask people for your money back, because why would you pay for that Uber? Like, I've actually met a lot of people where I buy the Uber and then I have to send them like 5 reminders because they actually just don't want to pay you back and they're fine with not doing it. But like, if you just bug them, then they actually will. So don't be afraid to do that, because if they're shameless, why can't you be? If you're an Imperial student like me and you're joining for freshers next year, then the clubs we usually go to are Ministry of Sound, Heaven, Fabric, Embargoes, XOYO, and loads more, so I hope to see you there next year. Hopefully this video answered some of the questions you had about clubbing in London, and if you're moving to London next year, then you're going to have an amazing time. If you've got any more questions about university, Freshers Week, or student life, then leave it down in the comments, because I'm planning to make loads more videos. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Bye!